What's going on? What's going on? How are you feeling today? How are you feeling? I'm feeling good, and there is nothing but energy going on in this world today, or in this country today, or in this world, whatever, however you want to look at it. I go by the name of L.J. Shepard, and this is Raise the Bar, and this is where I talk to you and tell you about things that you can learn to elevate yourself. Raise the glass, raise the bar, but elevate yourself in anything that you're trying to do today. And right now, I'm checking out watching the continued coverage of the inauguration, what they playing on ABC, with the people singing, what individuals singing and talking about. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But I wanted to just get some thoughts out there because I know there's half the country's happy, half the country is mad. Let's just keep it real. That's how it was 4 years ago, but opposite. Half the country is happy, half of the country is mad. So it's always going to be like that. So I'm not even going to sit here and try to convince you otherwise. If you believe, if you like what's going on, that's great. If you didn't like what's going on, hey, that's democracy. That's what you're today. It is what it is. Your man lost. But there are certain things that you need to learn from today. There was good. There was a lot of lessons in today, especially when you lose. Now, we always teach kids about good sportsmanship. Always, you always got to show good sportsmanship. And if that's what you're teaching your kids right now, you shouldn't be going around crying and losing your mind because good sportsmanship was not on display today at all. At all. From our previous administration or just the previous man, I'm going to really just say. Because when you're in good sportsmanship, there's certain things that you do um, that you just supposed to do, and that's show class and dignity. Um, Isaiah Thomas got caught with this with the Detroit Pistons. They got caught with this when, and then when they never gave a handshake to Chicago Bulls back in the days. Remember that incident? And they went on by saying we are the bad boys. We're gonna stick like this, and they never shook hands, and that's why Jordan never liked them, and that's why Isaiah Thomas was never on the Olympic team. Things like that. That was bad sportsmanship. So there's a lot of players in basketball and things like that. Excuse me, need some water. But there are a lot of players in sports that sometimes can show bad sportsmanship. And today, I think it's bad sportsmanship. And if you thought it was okay for the former 45 or I should say Donald, to not show up at the inauguration, that was a bad move. That was a completely bad move. That because that shows a lot about himself and who he was. And these are the things that you showed us in the last 4 years. That's why you're not going for another 4 years because you showed yourself today. Because in defeat, you learn a lot by a person in defeat. Not usually by winning, but in defeat, you can learn a lot from somebody. And learning how to lose gracefully is always a good thing. Now you can win gracefully too, but losing gracefully shows a lot about who you are with your character. Because what was on display today, and we got to take it back to when we was kids. What was on display today was a kid losing and going home and taking his ball and saying, "I lost. I don't like you guys. I'm taking my ball." And the other kids out there playing, they don't have a ball to play anymore. I seen that a lot growing up. I seen that a lot. So that's what you saw on display. A kid was so mad that I'm not taking it no more. Give me my ball. I'm going home. That is a sad state of affairs, and that was the heart of the issue why you couldn't be president because there's certain things that you have to certain characteristics that I believe that you're going to hold the highest office in the land there's certain characteristics that you need. This goes beyond politics, beyond policies, because you can always make decisions on policies. You can always turn those around. You can have conversations. Those can always usually can get worked out. But just as a person, as a man, as a human, um, certain characters you need to have, and it should be on display all the time. That you shouldn't be an embarrassment, a national embarrassment. And for the last 4 years, that's what it felt like. You was a national embarrassment because of the way how you carried yourself. Because the policies, I can, like I said, they're always gonna change and flip. They're gonna always gonna do that for every what 4 to 8 years. They're always gonna do that. So you're always gonna find some common ground with policies. You can always find that, but you cannot find common ground with a character and integrity. That's something that you have to have in you. You already have to have that in you to know you're gonna do what's right from the beginning. That you don't have to always think about what you're doing right. You're just gonna do the right thing. And for you and your wife to just say, no, I'm not going. I'm gonna give an example. President Barack Obama was in office for 8 years, and he heard nothing but people dogging him, killing him, and he heard it from you a lot. He heard it. He heard it from the previous individual that was in office. He heard it from you a lot with the birther issue and things like that. And when it came to transferring of power, when it came to walking away, he still showed you respect as a man, as a person who was, okay, you are the president. I'm gonna leave you a letter. I'm gonna leave you a letter. I'm gonna escort you to around. I'm gonna show you around. I got you a gift for your wife. I'm gonna do everything to make you feel comfortable, even though I know you don't like me, even though you don't think too much about me. I'm gonna still show you the respect because you was voted in by the American people, and you are the president now. So let me show you that respect from one president to another. I'm gonna give you that respect. That's class. That's integrity. That's how you walk away from something. Even when you lose, you tell your kids, something. When you lose, go over there and shake his hand. Shake their hand. Do it with class and do it with integrity. You tell the kids that all the time, but for some odd reason, you tell sports people to do it all the time, but for some odd reason, you're gonna let this one fly. That's the sad part about it. You're gonna let this one slide right off like everything else that he did with over the last 4 years. Because there's no way you're teaching your kids not to shake the other opponent hand at the end of the game. I think that's even mandatory on some of the youth sports that's going on. Some of this sport, I think that's even just mandatory. When at the end of the game, you go over there and shake your hand. You be a man. You lost with grace. Okay, cool. But for some odd reason, that's not the case anymore. That's not the case, and that's why your 4 years it felt more of a disgrace than anything else. Because like I said, the policies I can live with. I can live with sooner or later with somebody else like it is going to switch it up and go like this. So there's more than things than being a president than just policy. That's what I believe. It's more to life than just building, a business. There's more to life than just um, this is just more to life. There's a whole lot. There's more to life than just living. You got to live. You got to live with some integrity, with your character intact. And today that was not on display. I'm sorry, that was not on display at all today. Yes, we know you left. You left early. You couldn't even show up. Just think about all the past presidents. How many people hated Bush? But right now, I don't hate him. or at the time when he was in office, he didn't do as well that I wanted him. But right now, he's like the coolest guy in the world. He seems like he's just a cool out guy. He's not worried about doing things for presidency. He just seems like he's just a cool out guy. That's some character in there. They know folks, he know folks that like him all the time, but he still shows class and dignity in the law and still try to show a respect for the next president that was coming in. And we did not see that. So if you're going to come to me and tell me about everything this the past president has just done, just look at the way how you lose. Just look at anybody how they lose. Even when you play golf, if you're playing golf and the guy is losing their mind on the golf course because he's losing and he's throwing his club, would you want to play with him again? Would you want to do a 9 hole? Or would you want to take him to other friends that you have and say, let's play 18 holes, and you know how he is, and if he loses, he's gonna just throw a fit? Would you want to do that? Would you want to play with that cat? Nah, I wouldn't. I want somebody to lose that's like, all right, we lost, shake their hands, and let's get a drink. That's how you lose. You lose with some type of integrity and some type of class. And right now, that was not on display. The way you walked out of that building was I'm soaking, I'm taking my ball, and I'm going home. That's how you did it. And the world watched you do that. That's how the world watched you just now. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. And I can't support that at all. That's why I could never support you as a president because of the character and integrity and the class that you lacked. Period. Everything else, uh, like I said, policy is policy. But the class integrity is the way you lose, is how you're going to be judged. And what I saw today from from 45 the Donald, what you did was classless. Period. In the story. And I don't even go into this type of commentary. Like this I don't even go, but it just fits where we're trying to go. This just fits where we're trying to go right now. How do you raise the bar of your own personal integrity? Well, you know what? When you lose, do it with class, do it with dignity. That's all I'm saying. Do it with class and do it with dignity. If you're gonna lose, and that's all. I even look at I can't even think of his name now. I just lost, but the running back from the Detroit Lions, um, um, but when he used to go into the end zone, he used to go into the end zone and just give the ball right over to the ref. He didn't celebrate. He didn't celebrate at all. And I don't know why his name is escaping. I could see him. Number 20. Why can't I Sanders? Yes, Barry Sanders. That's his name. I knew it would come to me. Um, Big shout out to the assist. But Barry Sanders, he would just go into the run. He would just go into the end zone and give the ball to the ref without celebrating. That's class. That's dignity. Why? Because he act like he's been there before. So that's what I wanted to leave you with. That's what I had to get this off my chest because it was killing me all day. Because it's just that's what we dealt with for the last 4 years. We dealt with that with the last 4 years. Just a individual in the office that was showing no lack of class, no integrity, and embarrassing not just him but all Americans to other nations that's out there. We was the laughing stock. We was an embarrassment to all. So that's where I am real. I'm not gonna. Yes, I am glad he is gone. I'm glad we didn't have to sit through 2 terms because you can't do that in life. There's certain things, and it's the highest office. You can't do that at all. You know, and you can't tell your kids not to do that but the president, the person that's sitting on in the presidency, that's okay. No, you're talking out two sides of your mouth. So that's what I wanted to come to you. Learn how to lose with dignity with some class and go from there. My name is LJ Shepard. You're checking out Raise the Bar. This is how we're going down late nights. So for folks for the West Coast could catch it too.